Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent. Now, when it comes to dollar cost averaging, what's really important to understand and to learn about is what are some of the key benefits here of dollar cost averaging. Now, it is a very popular strategy, very common strategy. You may have heard people talk about it. You may have heard people say little bits and pieces about it. But really coming, to the nitty gritty of it, what is it? How does it work? Is it a good investment opportunity for you? Is it not? So I'm going to cover a little bit of the basics for you. Then we're going to go into an Excel spreadsheet that you can apply every day. And then what is it good? Is it bad? Should you be doing it? Should you not be doing it? And overall, which one ends up being better? Lump sum payment into a particular crypto or dollar cost averaging? And there is no right or wrong answer. However, there is a slight difference between the two, which has been proven over time in many different industries. So, dollar cost averaging, or DCA, is an investment strategy which an investor divides up to the total amount to be invested across a periodic purchase of a target asset in an effort to reduce the impact of volatility on the overall purchase. So essentially what it is that you would pick the 5th of every month. Without a doubt, every single time on the 5th of every month, you would go and put in a certain amount. Very robotic, very much like, one thing after another. There's no emotion attached to it. Now, when it comes to dollar cost averaging, it does take the emotion out of investing. So, if you are an emotional investor and you've recognized yourself as an emotional investor, then this could be for you, right? So 5th of every month, regardless of what the price is, boom, I'm going to put some money in. And it's going to be the exact same amount every single time. It's robotic. It's without fail. 5th of the month, 5th of the month, 5th of the month. Repetition. And repetition over the course of many months adds up being a really good, strong idea. So if you are an emotional investor, then maybe dollar cost averaging is perfect for you. Now, the other aspect is that your money is never down. Like, your investment money is always working for you. Whether it's going up, down, sideways, above, and all that, it is always working for you. So it's not sitting in a bank account where it's earning 0.00001% interest after all the fees and all that. Your money is always working for you, which is great. So you don't have any downtime. And more importantly, it's actually doable, right? So you don't need to come on here and watch my videos. Please do. But you don't need, to be a professional investor, time the market properly. You don't need any of that, right? And there's an Excel spreadsheet that, we're going to go over, and I'm going to explain to you a little bit about this whole dollar cost averaging thing. Now, in regards to dollar cost averaging, the most important thing that you need to understand as well, when it comes to dollar cost averaging, is that when you dollar cost average, you need to calculate all your other costs, so all your other expenses. So how much you pay for rent, water, bills, mortgages, car insurance, all of that stuff. And you need to set a realistic amount. And I'll be very clear with this word, realistic amount, that every single month on that particular day, without fail, it will come out of your bank account. If you don't do that, you may as well pause the video and let's move on to something else. That amount, that is up to you, right? There's no formula calculation I can tell you right now, because you know your expenses, you know what you're all about. However, I will say that over the course of a period of time, compound interest, as Albert Einstein said, it is the seventh wonder of the world, and it does work. It does work because the market is emotional. Most people out there investing are emotional. They're emotional investors. And that to me means that dollar cost averaging is so popular because it takes the emotion out of it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you, for example, if we go to the XRP price. So let's say we go over here to the XRP price, and I'm going to give you, for example, the 5th of April, it was 61 cents. So on the 5th of April, it was actually 61 cents. Then if I go over to the 5th of May, let's have a look over here. So when we go 5th of May, on the 5th of May, we were at $1.39. So you can see the difference, right? But you're like, oh, but dude, but if I went on the all in on the 5th of April, it would have been much better. Yes, you are correct. But this is about doing things over time, right? So over a period of time, you continue to do this without fail, right? So there's no if or but. Now on the 5th of June, you would have had 97 cents USD. And now if we go to, well, we're not there yet, but soon, we will find out what the 5th of July will be and how that is going to impact, your dollar cost averaging strategy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump over to the Excel spreadsheet. I've got two spreadsheets open. I'm going to show you how you overall calculate your dollar cost average. Okay, so we're inside Excel right now, and it's the dollar cost averaging for serpents. So when we look at the dollar cost averaging, we look over here, and what I've done is very, very simple. Let me know if you want this in the comments, and I'll pin it in the pin. But there's heaps of these available out there. But what you do is you have your token name or whatever you purchased, and then the amount that you purchased it for, right? So you purchased it for, say every month you go to put in $500. Now I've allocated a little bit off for transaction fees or just in general, right? It's like just, a little bit different every time. But let's say approximately it's $500 a month that you're going to put into it. And then what I've done is I've done the cost per unit. So I bought, let's say 30 cents, I bought at 80 cents, I bought $1.98, and I bought at 60 cents. And then it'll tell you the quantity amount. So when you bought it at 30 cents and you put just $500, you had 1,666 tokens. When you bought it at $1.98, you only had 252 tokens. So you can see how this works. Now, as we go down and we look at the total, so we now have, over the course of $2,000, we have 3,376 tokens. Total cost of $1,198.36. Average unit cost has gone down to 59 cents. So across all of these, my average is actually 59. So you got the 30, the 80, the 60, and the $1.98, but all of them together combined is actually giving me an average of 59. Now, that is the minimum price to sell plus 1% fees would be, like 59,785, right? If you wanted to, the minimum price to sell to break even. Now, of course, you would not do that. If you follow the channel, I'll guide you on, when the time is and all that. And I'm not a financial advisor, but it's important to understand these things. Now, example sell price. So if we sold at $4 in the future, then we would have a total value at sell of $13,504 and a profit after fees of $11,485. And that is just over the course of, 4 months, dollar cost averaging and putting it in. Now, that's, based on what I just mentioned. Now, if we go to sheet number 2, and what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take out the actual cost prices that we have. So if I go over here and I take all of these out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what happens when we do this. So when I do the average quantity, right? So let's say it was that 5th of April. So that 5th of April, it was 60 cents. Then the next one up, it was $1, and let's have a look at what the amount was on the 5th of May. So on the 5th of May, it was actually $1.41. So over here we got 141, and then we got all that. Then we go with, one moment. I actually have to change all of them. There you go. That's that's how much. That's actually not correct. So 1 second. Let me take all of these out, and then we'll actually figure it out properly. So 5th of May was $1.41, and then 5th of June was 98 cents. So let's go into that one there and go 98 cents. So 0.98, and then let's we don't know yet what the 5th of July will be, but let's say argumentatively, for the purpose of making this video, let's say that 5th of July, it was 0.62, argumentatively. Now, we know that we're going to put in $500 every time. So when we do the $500, obviously we do 500 divided by 0.60 for the first one. So that's actually 833 tokens. Then when we do the $1.41, we do 500 divided by 1.41, and that's 354 tokens. Give or take. Obviously, you got you do have transactional fees, and depends on which exchange you're with. So again, it's the purpose of this is just to give you a guideline of what that would look like. This one here would actually give you 510 tokens, and then when we do the final one, so we do $500 divided by 0.62, so that would be 806 tokens. And then, so if essentially we would have 2,503 tokens, total cost of 1,998. So our average unit cost would actually be 79 cents, which is actually pretty good. Now, 79 cents is actually almost better than all of these combined, right? So if you got a real bad over here at $1.41, you still got a bad here at 98, but overall, when you average it out, you actually have an average of 79 cents. So I hope it does help, and I hope that this dollar cost average video guides you a little bit on what it takes to dollar cost average. Again, if you're emotional buyer and seller, I highly encourage you to just do dollar cost averaging. However, I will say this. In studies, they have shown that the difference between dollar cost averaging and putting in a lump sum amount at timing the market perfectly, the people that time the market perfectly and put in a lump sum actually do outperform dollar cost averaging, but not by much, 11%. So if you're in for the 11% extra, then you need to do your homework. If you just want to put something on autopilot, dollar cost average. As always, if you did learn something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.